The glittering landscape of modern television has always been defined by a delicate, highly engineered illusion where the flawless glamour presented on our screens completely masks the chaotic, high-stakes reality that unfolds behind the heavy velvet curtains of production studios. Every single year, the arrival of the prestigious primetime Emmy Awards serves as the ultimate battleground where this illusion is either canonized into Hollywood history or thoroughly dismantled by the very people who consume it. The annual announcement of the nominations is not merely a list of names and titles read aloud to an eager industry, but a seismic cultural event that instantly dictates who holds the keys to creative kingdom and who must face the harsh, unforgiving judgment of both peers and the public alike. It is a moment where months of grueling work, massive financial investments, and intense creative friction are distilled into definitive categories, setting the stage for television's biggest night. Yet beneath the polished veneer of acceptance speeches, red carpet preparation, and corporate celebration, there is often a simmering undercurrent of tension that threatens to expose the deep fractures within the industry's most celebrated triumphs. This year, as the Television Academy gathered to unveil the contenders for the prestigious honors, the atmosphere was thick with anticipation, but no one could have truly predicted the massive wave of controversy, skepticism, and outright disbelief that would instantly ripple across the global entertainment community. Before we dive deep into the specific breakdowns, the shocking snubs, and the brewing storms that are currently dividing fans and critics across the globe, make sure to become a permanent part of our community by subscribing to the channel so you never miss an insider look into the real stories shaping the world of entertainment. The road to the center stage of the television industry reached a critical milestone at the Television Academy's Saban Media Center, an iconic venue that has witnessed countless historic moments in entertainment broadcast history. On this particular Wednesday, the responsibility of revealing the highly anticipated nominations fell upon past Emmy winners Liza Colon-Zayas and Jeff Hiller, who stepped up to the podium to announce the names that would define the narrative of the screen for the rest of the year. The broadcast itself was a masterclass in professional execution, showcasing a diverse and exceptionally talented array of programs that have captured the imagination of global audiences over the past television season. From groundbreaking comedies that push the boundaries of humor to intense, long-form dramas that explore the darkest recesses of the human condition, the sheer variety of content underscored just how competitive the landscape has truly become. The major announcement also solidified the timeline for the grand ceremonies ahead, establishing that the main event, the 98th Primetime Emmy Awards, will air live on NBC and the Peacock streaming platform on Monday, September 14th, at 8 in the evening Eastern Standard Time or 5 in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. To accommodate the massive breadth of modern television production, the Creative Arts Emmys, where the vast majority of technical and specialized trophies are actually presented to the unsung heroes behind the camera, are scheduled to take place a full week earlier, spanning across Saturday, September 5th and Sunday, September 6th. Adding even more star power to this monumental occasion, the Academy officially confirmed that Law and Order Special Victims Unit legend and multi-Emmy winner Mariska Hargitay will step into the spotlight to host television's biggest night, bringing her decades of industry prestige and immense fan adoration to a broadcast that is already shaping up to be one of the most talked-about events of the decade. However, as the dust began to settle from the initial wave of announcements, it became instantly clear that a singular, dominant force had established a near monopoly over the entire drama landscape, sparking an immediate and intense debate about artistic merit versus institutional bias. The HBO medical procedural drama known as The Pit absolutely dominated the field, surging ahead of every other dramatic narrative on television to capture an incredible 25 nominations, including the highly coveted crown of Best Drama Series. On paper, such an overwhelming sweep should be a cause for universal celebration, a definitive validation of a show that has attempted to redefine the classic medical drama genre for a modern audience. Yet the reality on the ground is starkly different, as a massive and highly vocal segment of the viewing public has reacted to this news not with applause, but with deep skepticism and open hostility. The central point of contention stems from the show's highly controversial second season, which many viewers and independent critics have openly labeled as lukewarm, uninspired, and in some extreme circles, downright fraudulent. The sudden and massive gap between the Television Academy's glowing adoration and the actual reception from the fans who watch the show every week has created a fascinating cultural paradox. How does a series that faced immense on-set turmoil, severe narrative pacing issues, and a distinct drop in audience satisfaction manage to secure the highest volume of professional recognition in the entire industry? Comfortably outlasting almost all of its critically adored competitors, the brewing storm of public dissatisfaction found its primary catalyst on social media platforms, most notably on X, formerly known as Twitter, where the initial announcement from industry insiders was met with a tidal wave of blunt and unforgiving commentary. As major entertainment news outlets began posting the breakdown of the nominations, everyday viewers wasted no time in challenging the legitimacy of the sweep, transforming what should have been a triumphant day for HBO into a public relations minefield. One prominent user, quoting a major industry film publication, bluntly stated that the situation was entirely insane because the second season of the show simply sucked, a sentiment that accumulated thousands of agreements within a matter of minutes. Another frustrated fan lamented that the award show could no longer be trusted, pointing out that rewarding a lukewarm second season with the most nominations on television was the ultimate proof of an echo chamber within the voting academy. The digital space is quickly transformed into a battleground between defensive network executives and an increasingly alienated audience that feels the current system of prestige television rewards brand recognition over genuine narrative quality. This public backlash is not just a localized internet grievance, it represents a fundamental fracture in how modern television success is measured, raising serious questions about the hidden mechanisms that drive award season campaigns and whether the opinions of mainstream audiences carry any weight whatsoever in the grand halls of Hollywood power. The deep dissatisfaction radiating from the global audience is not merely centered on the overwhelming volume of nominations that The Pit received, but rather on the stark contrast between the show's internal creative decay and its external industry glorification. To fully understand why the entertainment community is in such an uproar, one must look closely at the intense narrative mechanics of the show itself and the incredibly dense web of technical categories it managed to capture. The Pit was designed from its inception to be a grueling, hyper-realistic exploration of modern medicine, with each individual episode covering precisely 1 hour of a high-stakes 15-hour shift at the fictional Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Center. The very title of the series serves as a gritty dual nod, referencing both the blue-collar, industrialized city of Pittsburgh itself and the chaotic, high-pressure environment of the hospital's emergency department. Affectionately known to staff as the Pit, this unique structural format, which demanded an intense and unrelenting real-time pacing, initially earned the show immense critical praise during its debut season. However, as the production transitioned into its highly anticipated second season, the pressure of maintaining this tight chronological gimmick began to show severe signs of strain, leading to massive narrative inconsistencies that left viewers feeling entirely disconnected from the characters they had grown to love despite these glaring creative stumbles. The Television Academy saw fit to reward the series across the entire spectrum of production, granting it a staggering array of technical nods that practically guaranteed its dominance over the ceremony. The Pit secured crucial nominations in casting, production design, picture editing, makeup, music, sound, and writing, demonstrating that even when a script fails to resonate emotionally with the public, the sheer industrial muscle of a premium network like HBO can still command total reverence from industry peers. This massive haul of technical nominations has only added fuel to the fire, as independent critics argue that the show is being rewarded for its massive budget and pristine production values rather than its actual storytelling merit. For many, it feels as though the Academy is treating television as a manufacturing exercise rather than an art form. Prioritizing the flawless polish of the background sets and the precision of the audio mixing over the actual substance of the drama unfolding on screen, the polarization becomes even more acute when examining the performance categories, where The Pit absolutely annihilated its competition by occupying multiple slots in nearly every major acting bracket. Leading the charge at the very center of this storm is veteran actor Noah Wyle, who portrays the series' protagonist, Dr. Michael Robbie Robinovich. The character is written as a deeply flawed, hyper-intense senior physician who is still actively reeling from his profoundly traumatic personal and professional experiences during the height of the global pandemic. Wyle, who's 55 years old, managed to secure a nomination for the top honor of Best Lead Actor in a Drama Series, a category he actually won at last year's ceremony for his work on the debut season. For Wyle, stepping back into the high-stress environment of a fictional emergency room was supposed to be a triumphant homecoming, considering his historic career legacy. The actor previously spent over a decade starring in the iconic, culture-defining medical drama ER, appearing in a monumental 254 episodes from 1994 to 2009. That legendary performance made his name a household staple and set the gold standard for every medical show that followed in its wake. Yet, his current role in The Pit has become inextricably linked with controversy, as his performance in the second season faced heavy criticism for leaning too far into repetitive emotional beats and melodramatic intensity, making his consecutive nomination a major point of contention for viewers who felt other actors were far more deserving of the spotlight this year. The controversy deepened significantly when shifting focus to the supporting and guest categories, where the sheer volume of actors from a single show has effectively locked out the rest of the television industry. In the category of Best Supporting Actress in a Drama, the Television Academy made the unprecedented decision to feature 4 separate stars from the exact same series. This includes last year's reigning winner, Catherine Lanasa, whose powerful screen presence has long been a pillar of the show's dramatic weight. Alongside her, co-stars Sepide Moafi, Fiona Dourif, and Taylor Dearden all earned individual nods for their performances, creating a scenario where the cast of The Pit is essentially competing against itself for television's highest honor. The male acting categories tell a remarkably similar story of institutional dominance. Sean Hattie received a prominent nomination for Best Supporting Actor in a Drama, a nod that raised many eyebrows due to a highly unusual strategic shift in voting categories. At last year's ceremony, Hattie won the award for Best Guest Actor for his brief but memorable appearance in the first season. But his transition to a full-time supporting role in Season 2 has drawn sharp scrutiny from critics who feel the show's producers engineered the move purely to maximize their trophy count. Joining Hattie in this tightly packed category are his own castmates Patrick Ball and Jaron Howell, further cementing the show's iron grip on the acting brackets. The guest categories offered absolutely no relief from this monopoly, with actresses Tal Anderson, Brittany Allen, and Tina Ivlev completely dominating the Best Guest Actress bracket, while veteran performers Ernest Harden Jr. and Jeff Kober locked down major nominations in the corresponding guest actor field. This relentless, sweeping accumulation of accolades has created a profound sense of exhaustion among general television audiences, who view the current nomination list as a definitive proof that the award system is fundamentally broken. When a single show can claim 25 nominations despite a massive wave of public criticism and an undeniable drop in storytelling quality, it exposes a massive, systemic disconnect between the industry insiders who hand out these awards and the actual culture they claim to represent. The outrage circulating through online communities is not just about a preference for one show over another. It is a defense of narrative integrity against the overwhelming momentum of corporate prestige. While Hollywood executives prepare to celebrate what they view as a historic achievement for premium television, the audience is left wondering how an industry can continue to elevate a product that so many of its viewers have openly rejected. Setting the stage for a highly tense and deeply unpredictable night when the envelope finally opens this September. To truly comprehend the depth of the crisis currently facing The Pit, one must look beyond the immediate social media backlash and examine the severe, multi-layered behind-the-scenes turmoil that has plagued the production for months. While the public registers its disapproval through critical comments and low ratings, an entirely different battle has been raging within the corporate walls of HBO and on the physical soundstages of the series. The most devastating blow to the show's artistic credibility came in the form of a major expose published by the Daily Mail, which dragged a series of highly sensitive historic allegations back into the public eye. The report detailed an intense atmosphere of conflict centered directly around the show's leading star, Noah Wyle. According to several insider accounts and statements from his current co-stars, Wyle has been battling intense personal and professional struggles behind the scenes, creating an incredibly toxic working environment for the crew. The situation escalated dramatically when comments from within the production team dredged up historic bullying allegations dating back to Wyle's original days on the set of ER decades ago. This revelation shattered his carefully cultivated image as a nurturing industry veteran and cast a dark, lingering shadow over his current leadership role on television's most nominated program. Compounding this severe behavioral crisis is a massive, high-stakes legal battle that threatens the very structural existence of the show. A major intellectual property lawsuit was filed against the network, claiming that The Pit is not an original creative endeavor at all, but rather a direct, unpermitted copycat of R, the very show that originally launched Wyle into superstarhood. The legal action points out that both series share identical thematic DNA, utilizing real-time medical high-pressure environments, a highly similar structural pacing, and a lead character whose narrative arc closely mirrors the tortured physician archetype that Wyle perfected in the 90s. For many industry analysts, this lawsuit exposes a cynical trend within modern television production, where major networks choose to replicate proven historical formulas rather than investing in genuinely original storytelling. This explosive mixture of legal peril, historic bullying allegations, and severe creative stagnation has transformed the show's 25 Emmy nominations from a traditional celebration into an incredibly awkward corporate defense mechanism, leaving the network to aggressively champion a project that is legally and ethically compromised. The surrounding narrative landscape of the Emmy Awards only intensifies this burning spotlight. As other critically acclaimed programs have demonstrated that massive success can be achieved without the baggage of severe on-set toxicity. Emerging as the secondary powerhouse of the season is the widely adored comedy series Hacks, which secured a whopping 24 nominations to come in just one nod behind the chaotic medical drama. Unlike the hostile reception given to its competitor, the industry-wide adoration for Hacks is almost universally shared by mainstream audiences, who have spent the past year celebrating the show's razor-sharp writing and exceptional character dynamics. The series secured a prominent Best Actress in a Comedy nomination for the legendary Jean Smart, who has already accumulated a monumental 7 Primetime Emmy Awards throughout her historic career, including 4 specific trophies for her brilliant performance in this very HBO comedy. The production also saw its brilliant co-star Hannah Einbinder recognized in the Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy category, further highlighting the show's exceptional strength. The comedy categories this year are fiercely competitive, featuring powerhouse entries like Ayo Edebiri, who received a highly celebrated Best Lead Actress in a Comedy nomination for her transformative work on The Bear, alongside beloved veterans like Jamie Lee Curtis scoring a Best Guest Actress nod for the same series. The legendary Martin Short also secured a nomination for Only Murders in the Building, while the highly anticipated new series Margot's Got Money Troubles made a massive splash with nominations for Elle Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Nick Offerman. Demonstrating an incredible depth of talent across the comedic landscape, the intense drama surrounding the award season is further elevated by the incredible variety of narratives competing across other major genres, proving that television's golden age still possesses remarkable strength outside of the controversial medical procedural. In the highly competitive limited or anthology series categories, the historical romance love story John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette earned a prestigious Best Limited Series nod, with actress Sarah Pidgeon earning a Best Lead Actress nomination and Constance Zimmer securing a Supporting Actress slot for their nuanced portrayals of American cultural royalty. They faced stiff competition from Carey Mulligan, who earned a well-deserved Best Lead Actress nod for Beef, and the chilling true crime entry monster The Ed Gein Story, which saw Charlie Hunnam recognized for Best Lead Actor alongside the incomparable Laurie Metcalf for Best Supporting Actress. The drama writing categories are equally stacked with narrative titans, featuring brilliant scripts like Peter Akerman and Deborah Kahn's exceptional work on the political thriller The Diplomat for the episode titled Amagansett, Vince Gilligan's masterful return with Pluribus for the episode We Is Us, and Brad Inglesby's critically adored series Task for the episode A Still Small Voice. The Pit did manage to secure a writing nomination for Kirsten Pierre Gaifman and R. Scott Gemmell for the intense real-time episode titled 1 p.m., but many independent critics believe the award should rightfully go to the brilliant creators of industry, Mickey Down and Conrad K., for their universally praised masterpiece episode titled Dear Henry. Ultimately, the true tragedy of the current situation surrounding The Pit lies in the profound sense of betrayal felt by its core fan base, who feel that the show's current leadership completely destroyed the emotional heart of the story in favor of corporate optimization. The ultimate symbol of this deep creative disconnect is the shocking, unceremonious departure of actress Supriya Ganesh, who portrayed the beloved senior resident Dr. Samira Mohan since the very first episode of the series. Ganesh was an absolute staple of the program, appearing in all 30 episodes produced across the 2 seasons and serving as the primary moral compass for the entire fictional Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Center. Her sudden exit from the series at the conclusion of the 2nd season left millions of viewers completely devastated. A grief that turned into immense outrage when the Emmy nominations completely ignored her exceptional performance while rewarding nearly every other member of the main cast. The total snubbing of Ganesh stands as a stark, definitive testament to the deep institutional bias that governs the television academy, proving that the system frequently rewards political posturing and industry networking over genuine, fan-favorite artistic dedication. As Hollywood prepares to gather for its grand celebration this September under the hosting leadership of Mariska Hargitay, the massive cloud of controversy hanging over the year's most nominated show serves as a powerful reminder that while trophies can be manufactured through intense corporate campaigns, true cultural resonance and audience respect can never be bought.